I miss her. You go for it, Kurt. You've got this.
Okay, all set. We said we'd walk to school together, and she just up and leaves while I'm still asleep.
Who? Mishi!
Dad, Mom, Ken, and Nana,
Mishalem.
wish me luck. I'm gonna give it my all. I won't lose to any of these Imperials.
Okay.
Strike! Not bad. I simply need more experience. Despite all the battles we went through yesterday, he was never short of breath. The 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School.
Man, now I want to play through 3 Houses again.
It's impressive to be sure. But nothing compared to what Father Mueller and Uncle Zex can do.
I miss my golden deer.
I suppose the Ashen Chevalier simply relies on the power of his divine knight. Oh.
Good
Are you
morning.
two still gonna be awkward or what?
Good morning, Yuna. I take it you're headed out as well?
Yeah. Are you all done with your training? It's pretty impressive how you do all that every single day.
Well, it's something I've been doing from a very young age, so it's just part of my morning routine.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry about before.
I'm sorry I slapped you in your face after I fell on you.
Huh?
You know, when I slapped you. I know it wasn't your fault, and I shouldn't have gotten so angry. It was childish of me.
Ah, that. I'd like to apologize too. But have you been wanting to say that for the past 2 weeks? Considering how much you dislike Erebonians, it's very thoughtful of you.
I don't dislike the people here. Yeah, I've got my problems with the country, but this is between people. When I mess up, I make sure I apologize. Especially considering what I said about your swords. I mean, you practice every day, and...
Ah, right.
I'm so proud of them. They got to this point and they didn't even need outside interference or to be sent on a mission together to work it out. Look at this character growth.
And they'll be way more useful than a couple of weapons as old as the Great Collapse.
Don't worry about that. Besides, like I said, my training is just part of my morning routine. Out of curiosity, is everyone from Crossbell like you?
Huh? Like me how?
Oh, I don't mean to offend. Very straightforward and good-hearted. Probably the type to be easily tricked.
Hey! Wanna run that by me again?
Maybe Kurt is not the smartest individual.
Like I said, I don't mean to offend. I'm glad
Emotional
to have a classmate
intelligence.
like you whom I can trust.
Maybe in the negative.
Though I don't know if I can trust your skills just yet.
You're a real piece
Or
of
just
work.
intelligence in the negative.
Well, let's start over. Glad to be your classmate, Kurt.
Hello, you two. Good morning.
Altina? I thought you left for school already.
I received a routine status call early this morning. I didn't want to wake you, so I took it in the study room. If I disturbed you as I was leaving, I apologize.
No, I was out like a light. But wait, what do you mean, routine status call?
Sorry, that is confidential.
Probably from Lecter.
Well, in any event, it's nearly time to head to class. We're all in the same class anyway, so why don't we walk together?
I do not mind, but I believe the correct term for my presence would be a third wheel. Judging by what I've seen, your relationship has progressed.
Our relationship? What? No, that's not what's going on.
She certainly words things in a distinct way.
Yes, and we love her for it.
Leaves is such a nice place. I can't get enough of this homey atmosphere. It's so peaceful and laid back. And it's got some great shops.
Agreed. It's a good halfway point between rural and urban. We're just the right distance away from Heimdall.
The previous owners of this land were a noble family. After they lost ownership of it, the government attempted to convert it into a resort. However, that plan fell through.
I was curious about Leaves since we never heard about it in the previous games, to my knowledge. I did not need this much of an intro, though.
It's said the half-finished buildings from that were used to create the campus.
Well, you sure do know a lot.
I suppose that explains why the branch campus is so large.
All that aside, I didn't think the Empire's military academies would be this tough. I get combat training and practical exams, but math, history, even art? Isn't this workload way beyond what you'd have at a regular high school?
Well, here in Erebonia, the pen and the sword are both held in high regard. Especially at Thor's. It's a prestigious traditional school founded by our most notable emperor. That legacy won't change simply because this is a branch campus.
However, it seems the main campus has changed significantly this year.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
how so?
Huh? I don't get what you guys are talking about, but looks like we're gonna have to give it 110% here. Let's kick all the other classes' butts.
Well, if you say so. However, most of our lessons are held with the other two classes anyway.
Homeroom is the only one we have without them.
Oh, right. I guess it makes sense given the small number of students, but that means class 7.
Well, well, if it ain't the chosen ones strutting off to class together.
Who's this? It's my boy.
You're...
I think he's in class 8.
Good morning. Is there something we can help you with?
He's just being edgy, Kurt. Let him live his life.
Nope, not a thing. Just wanted to get a little peek at the class taught by the hero of Erebonia. Class 7, huh? I'm sure the view is just great from up on that pedestal of yours.
Sorry to disappoint, but we're being treated the same as any other students.
Yeah, it's not like things are going to be different for us just because our instructor's famous.
Oh yeah? Then why'd they go out of their way to make such a small class? A little kid who's clearly too young to be here. Some rich pretty boy with fancy hair. Oh, and a loud, unruly foreigner from some sob-story country.
He's
Oops.
so mean.
My bad. Not a foreigner anymore, huh?
Oh my god.
All right, we understand. You're a tough guy, but that's quite enough. If you have more to say, I'd be happy to talk with you further after school.
Kurt's like, I will punch you. Don't think I won't.
Not bad. You've got more spine than I gave you credit for. But the one I've got business with is...
I'm so happy to see everyone getting along.
Oh,
The whole team is here.
She's from Class 9, Military Finance.
Good morning to you all. The weather is just splendid, isn't it? But if you spend too much time out here chatting, the bell will ring before you know it.
True.
you all done messing with us?
Me? I'm not here to mess with you. Well then, see you around.
I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you again for the classes we have together.
What's that blonde guy's problem?
Reen. I'm pretty sure Reen is that blonde guy's problem.
I can't believe they let some punk like him into a military academy.
He obviously had some issue with those of us in Class 7.
Have you considered that maybe that's why he's in a military academy? They want to, I don't know, get the punk out of him?
No, not us exactly, but...
Oh, shoot!
We better hurry, or we'll be late to homeroom.
You're right. Let's get moving.
It would be unfortunate if the entire class
Hard to believe it's been 2 weeks already.
was late to homeroom.
It warms my heart to see all the students trying their best. The classwork here is much more difficult than at the main campus, so I'm sure it's tough on them.
Yeah. Then on top of that, training exercises were added onto their curriculum. We didn't have anything like that at the main campus.
Why is it tougher here than the main campus? Do they want us to fail?
Thor's branch campus. I think I'm starting to understand what the government's trying to do here.
Oh, but I don't think that's the only reason for this place. In keeping with Thor's tradition, we'll also have those days to look forward to.
My side quest days?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a relief for them. I'll tell my students about them after school, alongside the club announcement.
Got it. Thanks for taking care of that. Well then, Instructor Reen, let's give it our all today.
Likewise, Instructor Toa.
I'm just gonna be waiting for Beryl to just walk up to us at any moment and be like, oh hey, I've lived here this whole time. What's up? It's going to happen. Chapter 1 Reunion. First period, math.
This is the formula.
Okay, it sure is.
You will need it when calculating trajectory. Make sure you commit it to memory.
Second period, political economics.
This is known as Gross Domestic Product, or GDP for short. By the way, the GDP of the Empire of Erebonia rose 42% last year compared to 2 years ago.
Did she need a stool to write that? I think she did. I don't think her arm could reach that high. How could Toa reach that high? That's that is the first thing that came to my mind.
Today's task is walking. Sounds easy, right? Well, let me tell you, it won't be.
I would never ask her to her face,
We'll
though.
be marching, so I need to see perfect posture and formation while armed. Even combat tactics got worn out by this.
Fourth period, Erebonian history.
The War of the Lions.
And we're right back to this.
Said to be the largest turning point in the history of the Empire. The end of today, we'll be looking into the events leading up to the war that caused it to develop the way it did.
My bad.
The way he explains it, it's actually pretty easy to understand.
An interesting perspective.
Oh, I see. I'm actually learning a lot.
Okay. Will he get the whirly glasses? He's not cool enough to be Instructor Thomas. Looks like that's it for today. How'd you guys hold up? Tired. I was prepared for the coursework to be difficult, but even so. Are you just piling more work on us just as we're getting used to the old pace? Not yet, but I may end up needing to do just that. The curriculum here at the branch campus is pretty diverse. It'd probably be a good idea to prepare yourselves for even more work down the road. Ugh, if only there weren't so many lectures. Energy consumption greater than expected. Sheesh. Tomorrow is a free day, is it not? That's right. In fact, I was just about to explain. Oh, right. The entrance guide mentioned that, didn't it? How is it different than a normal day off? Think of free days as normal school days, but without any classes. On free days, you can study, train, or pursue one of your hobbies. If you get permission beforehand, you can even go visit Heimdall for the day. Wow, that's a lot more freedom than I expected. I figured it was going to be some rest day with a ton of rules and restrictions. That doesn't sound too bad, though. Well, it's just one of the things that makes Thor's the worst. However, though you're generally free to choose what you do, there is one mandatory task tomorrow. You need to choose a club to join. Really? A club? I hadn't thought there would be clubs at a school that was only just founded. It was a requirement from the principal herself. She said as long as we're using the Thor's name, student clubs are a must. You'll be allowed to apply for a club as long as you have at least 2 members. We'll also see about getting your club the proper equipment. Oh, and any students who don't join a club will be put on the student council, where they'll work directly under the principal. Terrifying. Sounds dangerous. What is it with this place? Everyone here is too over the top. So we're being forced to choose then. We have until tomorrow, correct? Kurt has student council president energy. Right, I recommend you start thinking about it after school today. If you need advice, feel free to talk with any of the faculty members. Remember, we're here to help you. Understood. I'd prefer just having you assign me a club. Also, regarding the new course at the end of the week. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Panzer Soldat training? That's right. The training units have arrived at the hangar. You'll be joining the combat tactics students for basic maneuvering lessons. After that, we'll discuss the special lessons, the first of which will take place this weekend. The special lessons. I was curious about those. There's likely no point in us asking about them now, is there? Sorry, but not even us instructors have been filled in on it. Anyway, focus on tomorrow for now. Think of it as a day to spread your wings and lift your spirits. That concludes homeroom. Can I have you lead the class here, Altina? Understood.
Stand. Bow.
School building, first floor, instructor's room. Well, tomorrow is the free day. It is essentially a free day for us faculty members as well. However, I'd like you all to join me for a briefing at 3 p.m. A briefing? It's starting to sound real military in here all of a sudden. Is it perhaps about... That's correct. The special lessons that will be held next weekend. I see. That's the only info we're getting for now, eh? If it's this top secret, I'm guessing it's gotta be bigger than even Panzer Soldat training. All of the students will be joining in for these lessons, correct? Correct. Without exception, all students and teachers from classes 7 through 9 will participate. Please report at 3 p.m. tomorrow to the tactical conference room in the main building. That is all for now. Can't we just call it a conference room? Do we have other types of conference rooms? Why does it have to be the tactical one? Let's call it a conference room. Sheesh, he's the picture-perfect model of a RMP guy, that's for sure. Way I hear it, things are only gonna get more army-flavored around here. Army-flavored. Okay. Yeah. Seems that way to me, too. That Keep Place, the Panzer Soldats, and that freight train. For Branch Campus, this place is far too well equipped to just be some throwaway pawn. Yeah, that's true. I know the main campus was renovated as well, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear that just as much Mira was spent here. What bothers me, though, is where is all it coming from? And if they're dropping that much cash here, what are they expecting in return from us? Man, what have I gotten myself into? Get me out of this crazy place. Instructor Randolph. Well, I mean, we can't really stop you from leaving, but come on now. I'm just kidding around. I'm not just gonna drop my responsibilities like that. Besides, the kids in combat tactics seem like they're gonna be a fun group to work with. Anyway, I think I'll head out now. Let's both check up on the kids, see if they need help with their big club decision. Yeah, got it. We'll see you later. I can't help but feel like there's a wall between us. Really? I don't get that impression. He's easy to talk with, and he seems to care for his students. No, he's definitely a great instructor. It's just, a year ago, I fought against one of his comrades. Two of his comrades. Okay. There were 2 people there. So I don't imagine he's got a very high opinion of me. And honestly, I can't really blame him. Green. Anyway, I'll go check in on the students and head back to the dorm for the day. I'm sure picking a club on such short notice isn't going to be easy for them. Yeah, good point. I've said it before, but let's both keep doing our best.